midnight. My old lady already asleep. It's either make this video or bust open both jars of petroleum jelly. As you can see, one of them's already empty. But I'm gonna make this video because can't get nothing done if I break open them jars of grease. Let's get to the video.
I'm getting garnished. I'm getting thrown in jail. I'm getting felony charges.
She said she was told in order to get welfare benefits, she needed to name a father. She knew he wasn't the dad, but wrote down his name anyway.
Sad, that's sad. That's Carnell Alexander. The court's forcing him, or the state is forcing him to pay $30,000 on back child support on a kid that's not even his. His ex lied on him, saying, she was trying to get some welfare benefits, whatever. So she just lied and just put his name. Out of everybody's name she could use, she just used his. He was actually incarcerated at the time, so he was never served. He never living at the residence that the documents were sent to for him to appear, a paternity court. So since he didn't show up, he lost by default. The court pinned him as the father, start pretty much racking up those child support payments. So now he's in the rear. So, and that's just it's thousands of paternity fraud cases going on, man. And it's sad because a woman can just say, "Oh, he's the father," and if you don't make that paternity court date, you're screwed. I mean, there's a pastor called Pastor Max. His wife has 3 kids. Turns out only one child was his. The other 2 wasn't his. He filed for divorce, and long and behold, the courts went on ahead and forced him to pay child support for 3 kids. Because at the end of the day, she ended up having the kids while she was still married to him. But I mean, it's sad that a woman can step out in a marriage, have 2 other kids with Pookie and Ray Ray. That man gets off scot-free, but the man who was doing everything by the book, doing everything right, he's forced by law to pay for somebody else's kids. I mean, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. And a guy named Reginald Whitlow, he never slept with a woman, but he basically was charged with being a father. And, he's the one that you hear speaking, saying, hey, they arrested me, took me, trying to hit me with felonious charges. Some men are getting a passport taken from them. So you're losing a lot. Incarceration, losing your driver's license, losing your passport, losing your professional license. You can lose a lot just because somebody lied on you. It's just sad, man. It's sad. A lot of laws are put in place to give an even hand to the side that's disadvantaged. But what happens when that hand just goes over the top? Men are getting the short end of the stick all the time, and no one's really realizing it or talking about it or even sticking up. All you hear is, oh, men are the oppressors, men are this and that. Man, look at the suicide rates. They're higher for men than they are for women. I mean, it's just sad. I mean, look at the homeless rate. 70% of all homeless people are men, not women, men. You got a lot of different services and shelters just specifically for women, but I'm telling you, nobody really gives a damn about men. And of course, don't really care. I mean, it's kind of like you work any extra hour overtime, they want every little dime they can. And it's funny how they want to maximize and take every single dime they can from you. But there is no accountability as to where the money's going. There is no itemization going on when the mother of a child gets the child support money. There is no accountability of where that money's going. None of that money has to even go to the child. She can spend it all on her new boyfriend. She can use it to go shopping, buy her a new car, or go buy drugs or whatever. But it's funny how the man he has to be held accountable. So if he works any extra overtime, the friends of the courts want to know about it so they can take what's what was rightfully owed to the child. But the court never actually spends the resources to actually ensure that any of the money is going to the child. Well, then what are we really doing here? We're really incentivizing single motherhood, essentially. At the end of the day, a child doesn't really care if child support was paid or not. If they love their father, they love their father. Regardless if he can pay or can't afford to pay or does pay or doesn't. You know, your love, the love that a child has for their father is not dependent upon whether he paid child support. That is just something that the courts have decided to make the main issue. The mother is going to still have the state that's going to be able to back her up. There's a lot of different programs that are in place to help the mother or to help a woman. There's very little programs that that are in existence to help men. Nobody gives a damn about men. They really don't. And it's sad because really, what do you hear? Many of the complaints from women now. There's not enough suitable men. There's not enough suitable men. The men that are suitable, women are screwing over. They're effing over. They're screwing over them. They're not this. They're not that. They don't have this. They don't have that. You know, you take a look at most of the women that are saying the men are not quality. The men are not physically handsome. The men are not this or that. Look at them. Well, many of the women do not actually do not even measure up very well on the men's wish list either. You know, men have the singer-songwriter Neo, he thought he had a child with his ex-girlfriend, and turns out the child wasn't his after a paternity test was done. And after it was already determined that it wasn't his child, she still went to the courts and pretty much tried to get him for child support. Because in California, if a father pretty much acts as though he's the father, then technically he's going to be legally responsible. And he ended up having to pay $575,000 to pretty much get that case off his back, you know, for a child that's not even his. And, you know, after she got the money, she pretty much, I guess, skipped town or whatever, left out of his life. And he actually discussed it, I believe, on VH1 or something, and she pretty much later afterwards turned around and, you know, had him serve with some papers. I mean, through her lawyer, because she felt as though he defamed her by mentioning the situation in publicly, and in which case she was saying now she's unable. She has to file for financial assistance, you know, state aid. She's not able to find employment. She's basically suffering from nausea, vomiting, hair loss due to Neo basically discussing the terms of went down with their relationship, and she was seeking to settle the matter amicably, you know, out of court. You know, so that, you know what that means. It's basically financial settlement, and you know. At the end of the day, it's getting to the point where men is getting the short end of the stick on everything. I mean, if you think about it, almost every single law that involves men and women go in the favor of women. You'd be hard pressed to come up with one law that actually is a disadvantage to women. There's plenty of laws on the book that's a disadvantage to men. If a man and a woman both have a child and they're both unemployed, and the woman goes to get public assistance, the state's going to make the man, the father, go get a job. If he's unwilling to get it, he faces potential incarceration, his driver's license being suspended, pulled from him. But whatever happens to the woman? Nothing. She gets to sit back and chill, kick her feet up, watch Basketball Wives, Housewives of Atlanta. She gets to chill. I mean, nothing happens to her. It's all on the man. But if I'm not mistaken, aren't they both responsible? So if they both are equally responsible, why wouldn't they both be subject to face the same type of penalties? Why? Why not? I mean, well, you know why? That's because in our society, men are vilified. Men are the bad guys. Men technically don't serve a purpose other than just to pay money and to basically be the one to fertilize the egg. That's it. We have no no one supporting any type of legislation really, or reforms to benefit men. We're seen as the oppressors, and it's funny how women say, "Well, I want a man like this. I want a man." What happened? What happened to all the men and yada 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 yada. The ones that you don't want, you constantly use and abuse them, and the ones that you do seek, when you get them, they're the ones who are mainly abusing you, using you. They're the ones who have many options. So there is no reason for them to be faithful to you because they got a plethora of other females to go to. So and they don't have to improve or change because if you don't like the way things are going, they can move on to someone else in a heartbeat. It's funny how any woman you come across, she can tell you how she's been abused or used or mistreated or cheated on by a certain guy. But that's the same guy you always go after. Well, you hear women say, "Well, all men are dogs." No, that was you actively seek dogs. That's why you always end up with dogs. And if you lay down with dogs, you shouldn't be surprised when you end up with fleas. At the end of the day, women are constantly trying to figure out why is it that the guy that I'm seeking treats me like trash. Why can't he be like this or like that or like that or like this? Because the guys that are like that you don't want because they're boring. They don't know how to get turned up. They don't have that swag. They don't have, that charisma. They don't know how to basically talk to you the way that you like to be talked and, and turns you on. But guess what? If you want this, if you want these guys that you say are boring and lame and nerds and geeks or whatever to be, well, okay, I would say if you want them to basically act like the men that you're attracted to, why don't you just uplift them some? Give them the confidence. I understand you don't want to build a bear. You want the man to come with his own swag. You want him to already be ready and set financially, have confidence set, be set mentally. At the end of the day, people aren't perfect. People aren't perfect. The guys that you're really attracted to are not going to be, they have no incentive to basically do what you want them to do because basically they can replace you easily. You're the one that's having a hard time replacing them, but they can replace you easily. Because keep in mind, there's more women than men. Yeah, like I said in my my last video, you can actually have the type of man that you want as long as you give him what he wants. And you have to be willing to share him potentially because since there's a lack of men, period, compared to women, some women are going to luck up and be fortunate enough to get their own man with the qualities that they seek. And some women are going to actually have to find the qualities in the man that they seek, but share him with others. I'm just saying, if you want your own man, to yourself, you're going to pretty much have to try to go ahead and take the ones that have a lot of the characteristics that you're interested in and go ahead and uplift him, build him. Because see, a woman can actually, I wouldn't say build, but a woman can actually help a man ascend to a level that she would like him to be at and a level that he's potentially aspiring to be. Like you could take a man with no confidence, and if that woman believes in him and is constantly feeding his ego, stroking his ego, guess what? It's going to build him up. It's going to build him up. Because, hell, he goes out here in the world is tearing him down. Who else is going to build him up? You might say, well, he should have learned that when he was growing up. Well, how did he learn that when he was growing up? He probably was raised in a single-parent household. And I'm pretty sure his mother, did not successfully teach him how to be a man because she's a woman. She can only do so much. So you got a lot of men and women being raised in broken homes. And then everyone's trying to figure out why is it that a relationship's not working, because to be honest with you, neither the men or the women have good prime examples of how a man and woman should interact anyway. They grew up in a broken home. You know, neither one of them know how to talk to each other. Men and women don't know how to talk to each other anymore. They don't know how to communicate. At this point, the dating scene is basically about who gets what and when. That's it. It's almost like a transactional type situation.
Did you take the plan B? No. I
Ladies, there's a man you can lay with and there's a man you can stay with. The man that you're highly attracted to, that you know that you really desire, that may not be the man you need to stay with, to have a family with and be trying to get married to. Because the man you lay with is the man that everybody's chasing, that has no real intentions on trying to settle down and slow down his lifestyle for you when he got all these other options. But the man that you should be thinking about trying to stay with is that man that you consider boring, the one that puts you on a pedestal, the one that treats you like a prize, the one you consider as a beta male, or he's quiet, or he's nerdy, he's geeky. Hey, he's got a good job. He really cares about you a lot, to the point where he's dealing with your BS. That other dude's not dealing with it. The other dude doesn't have to deal with it. He's not going to be concerned with trying to chase you when it's so easy for him to replace you. It's as simple as that. The other guy doesn't feel like he has that many options. So guess what? He's in it for the long haul, through thick and thin, to death do you part. That other guy, no. You know, because basically a person cheats based on their options and opportunities, and how successful they believe in, and getting away with it and not getting caught. So an alpha male has many opportunities, many options, and he doesn't even care if he gets caught, because more than likely you're not going to leave anyway. Even if you do leave and go with the next guy, you're going to be thinking about him, so you're going to return at some point to get a tune-up. So hey, and if you don't, you don't. Like I said, at the end of the day, he's not concerned about it. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. So you want a good man, a good father for your children? I mean, I know that's not what you really desire. You don't really desire a beta male, or that quiet, or that what you call weak, or that good guy. But that good guy is going to probably make the best father for your children. That good guy is going to probably be the best family man by your side. Now, you want your engine to be revved up, and you want to have that roller coaster. You know, that's the guy that may not be well suited for long-term family lifestyle. Just keep that in mind. And that's the same thing with guys. I mean, you know, if a guy wants to basically be serious about starting a family, getting married, whatever, you probably shouldn't be out here looking for the baddest chick you can find. I mean, I'm looking for this chick who's a drop dead 10. Oh man, she got red bottom, she got this and that, you know, she high maintenance. Okay, yeah, she looks nice. But bro, that's not necessarily conducive to a successful marriage and family lifestyle, because one of the number one things that married couples, the number one cause for divorces is money. If you're dealing with a woman who's running through money like it's no tomorrow, okay, you know, two things you don't want to do if you got that woman, you know, by your side. That's tell her no to spending and you running out of money. Those are the two things you don't want, you know, she don't really want from you. She don't want you to be telling her no, and she like to be spending money. You know, she like to find her things in life, because she feels as though basically, you know, you knew this when you got with her. So if you couldn't keep that lifestyle up, then you should have just left her alone and not waste her time. And you can't run out of her money, because it's a good chance she gonna be out the door. And at the end of the day, you know, like I said, there's really no ramifications or or negatives for women just hopping into a marriage, or and then getting out, or hopping out of or having a kid, and then pretty much splitting up with the baby daddy. Because at the end of the day, she's gonna be taken care of. The state gonna make sure she taken care of, even if he can't pay child support or whatever. You know, it's all the laws are geared towards helping a woman. And I'm not saying women don't need help, but what I'm saying is should it be at the detriment of men? Should men be pissed on, stepped on, just so that women can get ahead? Because, like I said, look at every situation. If an argument ensues, if a woman pushes a guy, I mean, to be honest with you, the police can show up like, hey, he touched me. Oh, yo, we handcuffing you. Bruh, she pushed me. I didn't even. Oh, wait, hold. Did you touch her? Did your chest touch her fingertips when she pushed you? Well, yeah, it did. Oh, we got you now. Click, 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 click. Man, hey, you just admitted to touching her. Like, oh, man. Really? It's a technicality, but technically they got you. They got you. You just admitted that you touched her. You see, so, hey, they got you. But no, man, it's like it's a lot of injustices going on against men, and unfortunately, no one really seems to care. And there's doesn't really seem like there's going to be any new legislation or reform that's going to be put into place to basically correct the injustices. So, I have my brother. He actually got got a girl pregnant early on. She ended up having twins. He ended up taking care of his twins and helping her take care of her other 2 kids. So he was taking care of 4 kids and her. And eventually they broke up, I believe, after 4 years. They went to court, and so she was about to hit him with child support and everything. And my brother was smart. He had a box full of receipts. Pull out a big old, like almost refrigerator box of receipts. Took it to court. And he believed he was good. He believed he was good. She presented that box of receipts, man. So many receipts, the judge couldn't even go through it. He didn't even try to go through it. He was just like, oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice and all. But I'm considering that a gift. And right now, you 4 years in the rear. Boom. Go figure out how you going to pay that money back. So my brother right off the gate was just, screwed. But he was trying to tell the judge, like, hey, who do you think's been taking care of these kids? The twins and her other 2 kids. I've been doing my job. Yeah, I didn't marry her, but I've been doing my job as a man, as a father, as a provider, protector. Judge didn't care. The judges don't care. At the end of the day, this is, for the most part, a money-making venture. A woman gets pregnant, and she just goes ahead and, go to her friends of court, and then the attorneys gets paid. Everybody gets paid. 3, if a woman's not financially able to take care of a child, let the child go to the father. If the father has enough income for you to collect on child support, the father is probably financially secure to take care of the child. Allow the mother to get a chance to get on her feet. Why is it that when a woman has a child, and she's not able to take care of the child, the first instinct is to just run and get on public assistance? The state should say, first of all, if you, as a mother, cannot take care of the child, then we're going to go to the father first, not to take money from him, but to see if he's going to take custody of the child, so that we, the state, does not have to use the taxpayers' funds to support something that you created with somebody else. Let the father get custody of the child. That way the mother can get herself on her feet, get an education, whatever, get a job, whatever, and then co-parent the child, or at that point maybe consider getting the state involved. But let the father get first crack at raising the child. And if he's unable to or unwilling to, then okay, now you look at public assistance. A lot of times women say, well, the men don't want to take care of the child. First of all, let me tell you like this. First of all, what do single working mothers do when they're raising a child? I mean, how are they able to go to work and actually still raise a child at the same time? They do it because when they're at work, somebody else is watching the child, a babysitter, daycare. Okay, it's like this. If a man is taking care of a child by himself, he can put the child in daycare. Okay, even if his mother's not available, or his aunt, or his grandmother, or his sister, or his cousin, or a girlfriend, or his wife, or his, nobody's able to take care of the child. They do have nurseries and daycares. Okay, so he can pick the child up when he gets off of work. Men have options. It's just that the courts really don't care. They never care. But the court should basically say, hey, before you start coming and getting us involved, tying up, this whole situation with all the red tape, let's do what's in the best interest of the child. Having a child see their father once every 2 weeks, that's not really a benefit to the child, because the child is not really getting a lot of the good nurturing that they would normally get if they were under a two-parent household to begin with. I know that people will say, well, at the end of the day, mothers are better than make better parents than fathers. Check the statistics on that. Fathers by far do a much better job at raising children as a single parent than mothers. That's not me saying it. That's just the statistics. They're less likely to be incarcerated, less likely to be involved in drugs, less likely to have early pregnancies, less likely to drop out of school. It's just the facts. It's not something I'm creating. It's just the facts. Fathers are more disciplinarians. I mean, hey, there are some advantages women have, but you got to understand, there's some advantages fathers have as well when it comes to raising children. Well, I won't say advantage. There are some good points. There's some good points women bring to the table. There's definitely some pros that men bring to the table. So people stop discounting the value that men bring, or the value that fathers bring in a child's life, and they can't just be replaced with a child support check. Fathers communicate differently. They discipline differently. They prepare their kids for the real world a little differently. And they're the only ones who can truly provide an insight of the psyche of men. There is a crisis in America. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 18.3 million children, 1 in 4, live without a biological, step, or adoptive father in the home. Consequently, there is a father factor in nearly all of the societal ills facing America today. Research shows when a child is raised in a father-absent home, he or she is affected in the following ways: 4 times greater risk of poverty, 7 times more likely to become pregnant as a teen, more likely to have behavioral problems, more likely to face abuse and neglect, 2 times greater risk of infant mortality, more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol, more likely to go to prison, 2 times more likely to suffer obesity, more likely to commit crime, a serious crime, and 2 times more likely to drop out of high school. It really should be some penalties involved if women are committing paternity frauds. It's funny how a woman can just say, well, you're the father, give a fake last known address. Paperwork gets sent out to there. Of course, you're not going to be there because it's a fake address. Now you missed a paternity court date. So now you lose by default. So now you got to pay child support. You don't know about it. So the only time you'll find out about it is if you have any type of interaction with law enforcement or something of that nature. Hey, there's a warrant for your arrest, or we've got to confiscate your tax return or something like that, or whatever, or you're being garnished because you didn't, from your job. So you won't know until it's too late. In which case, now you've got to try to garner a defense. Now you got to hire an attorney out your own pocket. You didn't do anything wrong, but you got to take money out your own pocket now, after you're getting garnished or arrested because you're behind, because you're in the rear, behind on child support, or because they pulled your passport from you, or took your professional license from you, or took your driver's license from you. You got to hire an attorney and try to get yourself out of this situation that you didn't create. A woman decided to take advantage of the system, got you involved in all type of legal obstacles. Your life is pretty much tipped upside down. Hers isn't at all. She's getting a check either way from the state. You know, she's gonna be good either way. Whether she gets child support or not, she still can get public assistance from the state. But you get nothing. You get nothing but a bill and nothing but problems, nothing but stress. And see, when a man basically, when a man's on child support, there's no way he can really climb out and improve his life. If he gets a second job, for instance, doesn't matter. The more money he makes, the more the courts are going to take. He can get 3 jobs. It doesn't matter. The more you make, the more the courts are going to take. The courts are going to make sure that you stay in financial ruin for 18 years or 24 if the child goes on to college. But as long as they can, they're going to keep you in financial ruin. They're going to keep you right there. There's no wonder why some men have to basically look to getting another job and get paid underneath the table or do some stuff illegal because you cannot come up. The system is set up so that you can fail. It's set up that way. It's set up so that women win and men fail. Now, where are the feminist groups on that? Because the feminists, we believe in equality, for who? You believe in equality for who? You don't even believe in equality for women because really, that's not even equality for women. That's sheer domination. That's all that is. That's an obliteration of equality. That's just sheer domination. That's a dictatorship. That's one-sided all the way. Feminist groups will never stand up and try to bring equality to the table when in regards to paternity situations because they want to win. The whole goal is to win. Man, try dating a feminist. It's a totally different subject. Try dating a feminist. It's a lot of women who are here who basically have kids who are feminists. Try getting involved with them. They'll entertain you for intimacy purposes only, but other than that, I got a homeboy involved with a feminist. She wants him to call and text every day. But when it's time, if he wants to see her, he gets to see her when she tells him he can see her. Or when she wants to see him, basically. And it's pretty much just for, a sexual tune-up. Like once every 2 weeks. He met the kids and everything, but it's not really allowed to come over, even if she cooks. It's not allowed to come over. It's kind of like, it's not allowed to do hardly anything, She dictates things. I went out a couple of times with a feminist. Not that I knew she was a feminist, but I learned. It didn't take long. It within like 10 minutes, I realized, she's a feminist. I didn't care. I'm just young and dumb, I didn't care. But that did rear its ugly head later on in different situations, or many situations. But one good thing about dating a feminist is you don't have to pay a lot for a lot of things when you go out. When you go out, you might not have to pay at all. But you might have to pay for your own stuff. But paying for her, you don't got to pay nothing for her. She got her own stuff. I got, no, what? No, that's a separate bill. I'm like, I like this. You save a lot of money dating a feminist. A lot of money, So if you cheat, if you don't have a lot of money or don't have no money at all, you might want to consider a feminist. But don't have a deep discussion at all with a feminist about any issue regarding men and women. I'm telling you, it's gonna be war. But getting back to what I was saying, you look at men, suicide rates, homeless rates, in America, they're one-sided. Most of the people who are homeless are men. 70% of the people who are homeless are men. 40% are veterans. It makes no sense for us to have as many veterans homeless as we do. We got money for wars, but we can't help feed the poor. I mean, that's what Tupac said. We can spend over $1 million on one missile. Then why can't we have enough soup kitchens for the veterans that are homeless living underneath bridges? We need reform. We need reform bad. Now, there are some organizations out there trying to support the rights of men, such as Women Against Paternity Fraud. Check them out when you get a chance, or if you get a chance on YouTube. But other than that, it's not a lot of organizations or entities that really seem to give a damn about the rights of men, especially in paternity situations. You know, women are basically wondering where the good men at. You know, the good men that'll be fathers to their kids. Well, they're all around. It's just that you don't want them. You don't want those guys because they're boring. They're beta males. They're geeky. They're nerdy. Hey, they got a decent job, and they put you on a pedestal and treat you like a prize. First of all, you got a lot to work with at that point, because if the guy's treating you like a prize, putting you on a pedestal, you know, that means he's willing to basically do what he needs to do to keep you. That means he's already head over heels crazy about you. So you're less likely to have this dude out here cheating on you, out here getting you pregnant and then bouncing. But the guy you're attracted to, or that Pookie and Ray Ray, or that thug or that hustler, or even if he's not even those, that alpha male, you know, with all the options in the world. How is he a better father when basically he don't even respect you enough to basically not openly cheat on you, be honest with you, you know, how is he a better option? How is he a better option when, number one, he has other options, so he really doesn't have to sit back and play house with you or be a father for these kids or put a ring on and marry you, because first of all, he doesn't put you on a pedestal. He's not treating you like the prize. He's an alpha. You're not the prize. Therefore, why would he make a better father than the beta? Why would he make a better father than the guy that's putting you on a pedestal, treating you like the prize? He's going to not be interested in the things that make you happy because he's more in tune to make himself happy. And he's going to do that. Now, if the things that he does make you happy in return, then so be it. It's a win-win. You know, kill two birds with one stone. Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, his benefit is his goal in life is to, well, everything kind of revolves around him in a sense. To help men. So his goal, nobody give a damn about men. And at some point, that's going to come back to haunt everybody. Because at the end of the day, hey, it's more women than men. You know, our numbers are dwindling more and more due to deaths, incarceration. I mean, our numbers are just dwindling. And, you know, hey, pretty soon, women are going to really be stressing like, wow, it's not enough men. This is what you wanted anyway. You wanted a feminist society, you got it. Now deal with it.